A Touch of Understanding is a nonprofit agency that brings disability awareness programs to schools. Children are often teased or left out because they seem different in some way. A Touch of Understanding addresses this issue by allowing children to explore what it might be like to have a disability, so they can understand and befriend their classmates. We bring wheelchairs for students to understand their value and experience how it feels to use one. We teach students how to write their names in Braille, demonstrating the way many people who are blind read and write. Children participate in activities to understand invisible disabilities, such as autism and learning disabilities. A Touch of Understanding is a nonprofit agency that brings disability awareness programs to schools. Children are often teased or left out because they seem different in some way. A Touch of Understanding addresses this issue by allowing children to explore what it might be like to have a disability, so they can understand and befriend their classmates. We bring wheelchairs for students to understand their value and experience how it feels to use one. We teach students how to write their names in Braille, demonstrating the way many people who are blind read and write. Children participate in activities to understand invisible disabilities, such as autism and learning disabilities. A Touch of Understanding is a nonprofit agency that brings disability awareness programs to schools. Children are often teased or left out because they seem different in some way. A Touch of Understanding addresses this issue by allowing children to explore what it might be like to have a disability, so they can understand and befriend their classmates. We bring wheelchairs for students to understand their value and experience how it feels to use one. We teach students how to write their names in Braille, demonstrating the way many people who are blind read and write. Children participate in activities to understand invisible disabilities, such as autism and learning disabilities. A Touch of Understanding is a nonprofit agency that brings disability awareness programs to schools. Children are often teased or left out because they seem different in some way. A Touch of Understanding addresses this issue by allowing children to explore what it might be like to have a disability, so they can understand and befriend their classmates. We bring wheelchairs for students to understand their value and experience how it feels to use one. We teach students how to write their names in Braille, demonstrating the way many people who are blind read and write. Children participate in activities to understand invisible disabilities, such as autism and learning disabilities. A Touch of Understanding is a nonprofit agency that brings disability awareness programs to schools. Children are often teased or left out because they seem different in some way. A Touch of Understanding addresses this issue by allowing children to explore what it might be like to have a disability, so they can understand and befriend their classmates. We bring wheelchairs for students to understand their value and experience how it feels to use one. We teach students how to write their names in Braille, demonstrating the way many people who are blind read and write. Children participate in activities to understand invisible disabilities, such as autism and learning disabilities. A Touch of Understanding is a nonprofit agency that brings disability awareness programs to schools. Children are often teased or left out because they seem different in some way. A Touch of Understanding addresses this issue by allowing children to explore what it might be like to have a disability, so they can understand and befriend their classmates. We bring wheelchairs for students to understand their value and experience how it feels to use one. We teach students how to write their names in Braille, demonstrating the way many people who are blind read and write. Children participate in activities to understand invisible disabilities, such as autism and learning disabilities. A Touch of Understanding is a nonprofit agency that brings disability awareness programs to schools. Children are often teased or left out because they seem different in some way. A Touch of Understanding addresses this issue by allowing children to explore what it might be like to have a disability, so they can understand and befriend their classmates. We bring wheelchairs for students to understand their value and experience how it feels to use one. We teach students how to write their names in Braille, demonstrating the way many people who are blind read and write. Children participate in activities to understand invisible disabilities, such as autism and learning disabilities. A Touch of Understanding is a nonprofit agency that brings disability awareness programs to schools. Children are often teased or left out because they seem different in some way. A Touch of Understanding addresses this issue by allowing children to explore what it might be like to have a disability, so they can understand and befriend their classmates. We bring wheelchairs for students to understand their value and experience how it feels to use one. We teach students how to write their names in Braille, demonstrating the way many people who are blind read and write. Children participate in activities to understand invisible disabilities, such as autism and learning disabilities. A Touch of Understanding is a nonprofit agency that brings disability awareness programs to schools. Children are often teased or left out because they seem different in some way. A Touch of Understanding addresses this issue by allowing children to explore what it might be like to have a disability, so they can understand and befriend their classmates. We bring wheelchairs for students to understand their value and experience how it feels to use one. We teach students how to write their names in Braille, demonstrating the way many people who are blind read and write. Children participate in activities to understand invisible disabilities, such as autism and learning disabilities. A Touch of Understanding is a nonprofit agency that brings disability awareness programs to schools. Children are often teased or left out because they seem different in some way. A Touch of Understanding addresses this issue by allowing children to explore what it might be like to have a disability, so they can understand and befriend their classmates. We bring wheelchairs for students to understand their value and experience how it feels to use one. We teach students how to write their names in Braille, demonstrating the way many people who are blind read and write. Children participate in activities to understand invisible disabilities, such as autism and learning disabilities.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A huge virtual round of applause. We're here.
We can't really hide it. Yeah, still got to keep our distance a little bit, right?
Thank you so much for joining us, folks. We see you in the YouTube chat bar. If you're there and you can hear us, do us a favor and give us a big hello.
Big thumbs up. Do we see him? Are we on? Everybody good? I think we're good. Oh my gosh, this is so fun being virtual, by the way.
This is cool.
Yes.
This is really cool. We can see you all in a live... Oh, we see you. Yes. Hello, Megan. Hope the event goes well. Italiana Karen, thank you. Folks, thank you so much for being here. My name is Freddie Silvera with FSA Auctions.
And I'm Kelly DeMarco of Kelly DeMarco Communications, formerly with KCRA. So this is fun for me being back in the studio again with you.
It's like home.
It's just like home. You know, what's funny is Freddie and I were talking about it earlier. We've done a lot of events together and we're used to running around the room and there's, you know, the steak dinners and the wine and it's a lot of fun activity, but with everything that's going on in the world, we're so happy to be here virtually. So thank you so much for being with us tonight.
And thank you so much for being here. We understand, you know, times are different right now, and we're here for a touch of understanding to make a big difference together, virtually, in our own homes, safe. So thank you, thank you. It means a lot to the entire organization that you're here. Thank you.
We have a wonderful program lined up, but if you are new to A Touch of Understanding and you're just joining us for the first time tonight, we do want to tell you a little bit about them because this is why we're here tonight. A Touch of Understanding puts together these wonderful programs to help the next generation really understand what it's like to be disabled. And as a parent, I love this because it really teaches our kids to be accepting, inclusive, and to really take that opportunity to just walk a mile in their shoes, as they say, and learn about all those things. It helps with discrimination, with bullying, and it just opens up our children's eyes to the fact that we are all the same on the inside.
We're all in this together.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to break out in some song. We're all in this together.
We can if you want.
Folks, we really appreciate you're here.
Yeah.
It's to make a big difference tonight. We see you in the chat bar. Yes, Kim Silvers and Pam Evers and Monty Whitefield and Roxanne and John and Marlena. Thank you very much for being here, folks. And we have a lot of folks to thank.
We have so many folks to thank. We could not put this on without our wonderful sponsors, and especially we want to point out our title sponsor. That is Steve Sanders from Independent Financial Group. You know, he's been a supporter of ours for years. So thank you again, Steve, for all you're doing.
Thank you, Steve.
Also, Pride Industries, First Northern Bank, County of Placer, Tri-Counties Bank, and all of our sponsors. Again, you are what is making this possible to put on tonight. Our board of directors, of course, they work tirelessly to make sure that this goes on throughout the year. Michael, David, Bob, Cody, David, Mary, and Stanford. Really a great team.
Thank you, board of directors. If you're a board of director or you know a board of director, give a little high five, a little love in the YouTube chat. Appreciate it.
Also, the staff behind all of this: Megan, Roxanne, Janine, Jana, Pam and Pam, dueling Pams, Cheryl and John and Caitlin. You guys are the best. And of course, our founder, Leslie Dodora, and her father, Ed Ennis, really the heart behind this organization. A wonderful organization. All of our volunteers have really just put in the time to make it happen.
And Leslie, we see you in the chat bar. Thank you so much for being here. Leslie, founding A Touch of Understanding with the mission of we're better together and understanding who we are. So thank you so much. Folks, tonight's going to look a little different. We're virtual.
A little bit.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
So we want to share with you a few things, just a couple tips. We want to make sure you're registered. So if you're not quite registered, make sure you go to the link below and click into that ATOU 2020.ggo.bid. Click there, register, go into start bidding in the upper right.
Okay.
Figure out your registration. If you need help at any time, there's a call number on the screen below somewhere, there or somewhere. Call that number. They'll take care of you. So thank you very much, folks. We'll have a couple more pointers to help you out throughout the process. But without further ado, it is a true pleasure and honor. She has worked tirelessly. Her entire team has just worked super, super hard. And our executive director, Megan Adamski, has had some words for you. Please enjoy.
Good evening. My name is Megan Adamski, and I am the executive director of A Touch of Understanding. We are thrilled to have you with us tonight for our first ever virtual fundraising event. We hope that you will sit back, relax, and enjoy the magic of the evening with our hosts, Kelly DeMarco and Freddie Silvera. A Touch of Understanding is a social benefit organization whose mission is to encourage acceptance and respect for all individuals. We do this through our hands-on disability awareness programs. We have been at this mission for over 23 years, and during that time, we have delivered our award-winning program to more than 126,000 students throughout Northern California. Students like Stephen. Stephen was in 3rd grade when he went through our workshop. Stephen has spina bifida and was so impressed by our message of inclusion and acceptance and the way his peers received that message that he wanted to volunteer with us. Stephen now attends American River College, but has been a volunteer with A Touch of Understanding since 3rd grade. To this day, he still says that was one of the best days of his life. Last year, our Evening of Insight event was a smash hit. It was the first time we had provided our dark meal in a fundraising format. For those of you who weren't able to attend, guests donned blindfolds as they enjoyed their meal. They were guided through the meal by longtime ATOU volunteer and board member Darlene O'Brien, who has expertly navigated her own life's journey with blindness for more than 20 years. Thanks to many of you who are with us again tonight, last year we brought in over $45,000 for A Touch of Understanding. This year, Evening of Insight was scheduled for March 26th, and as you know, due to the coronavirus, we had to reschedule to June 11th. However, we realized that June 11th was going to be difficult to predict, so that was when we decided to leverage the world of technology to create a fun and safe virtual event. Unfortunately, the coronavirus has inflicted devastating effect on our school workshop program. As many of you know, schools pay about half of the overall cost of delivering our program. During normal times, this is a very good thing, as many nonprofits would be grateful to garner half their income from providing a paid service. However, these unprecedented school closures have resulted in a loss of income, which is also unprecedented. Therefore, now more than ever, we need your help. Your direct support will ensure that children get to continue hearing ATOU's message of acceptance and inclusion when schools reopen. As one child with a disability said, after ATOU came to my school, I didn't feel invisible anymore. Kids said hi to me. If there's one thing coronavirus has taught us, it is the value of our relationships, especially those with our children. Because of you, we are making a difference in the lives of children and for those who these children interact with. Every child deserves to feel seen and accepted by their peers. Because of you and the support you provide tonight, we will be empowered to continue making schools and communities safe, inclusive environments for everyone. Thank you.
Isn't Megan amazing?
Megan is an absolute sweetheart. I love Megan.
I know. She does so much for this organization. And I love what she was talking about the event last year where everybody was blindfolded. I didn't get a chance to go, but I heard about this. And just that's exactly what this program is about, right? Actually doing something that teaches people what it's like to try to navigate and eat dinner while you're blindfolded. And I love that this program just brings stuff like that out in the open. We've got to teach people about what it's like to have some of these disabilities. So
well, and the coolest thing I like about A Touch of Understanding is that the students in the schools learn from people that have disabilities. So it's very real. Mm-hmm. You know, there's one time I sat in a class and there was a gentleman there that had cerebral palsy. And he's telling the kids that are all in 4th grade about cerebral palsy. And it's somebody, understanding that disability and being able to connect to the students.
Well, someone who certainly knows very well what it's like to have a disability, Darlene O'Brien, who has been with A Touch of Understanding as a volunteer for 20-some years.
20, yeah.
And she is blind, as we mentioned, and she has a couple words she wants to tell you about tonight.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to A Touch of Understanding, second annual and Evening of Insight. My name is Darlene O'Brien, and if we were live and in a dining room tonight, I'd actually be guiding you through a delicious meal under blindfold. I think it's just wonderful that we're coming together in the comfort of our own living rooms. And this is Radish, who's going to sit on the couch and enjoy the program with me tonight. The reason we're here and we're pushing through is because we're all experiencing amazing degrees of separation and isolation and separatism right now. And you think when this lifts, because it will, the students will come back to school, and the kids with disabilities who already have issues with being isolated and left out from the other kids, there's going to be a re-entry process where they're going to need us more than ever. What we do tonight to put our wheels back on the ground for next year is going to matter significantly more than I think it ever has. So I want to thank you. Radish has given me all the lovins. Mm-hmm. I want to thank you so much for taking your evening and spending it with us. Please give with your hearts tonight. Be a team with us to deliver outstanding workshops so that we can help the children when they come back to have a smooth as re-entry as possible. Enjoy your evening, and if we were live, I would be saying, raise your glass. Here's a toast to A Touch of Understanding, to all the students and to all of us who make a difference in the world. Have a great time tonight.
Darlene, thank you so much, and we hope you and Radish are doing well this evening on the couch.
Isn't that a great dog?
It's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, like a lap dog, a huge lap dog. I love him.
Thank you so much, and thank you for all you've done over the last years. And folks, that's why we're here, to make a huge difference together. And in just a second, we're going to show you a little video that's going to share with you a little bit more about what A Touch of Understanding does so that you can see it in action. And before, I want to just briefly share with you that A Touch of Understanding, they work with about 120, they've worked with 120,000 plus
incredible.
students. Yeah, the impact is phenomenal. It's in 10 counties all across Northern California. Leslie has talked in the past about it expanding, and we're still looking to expand into Canada, even across the country.
Great.
And it's had a huge impact. And to share with you a little bit more about that impact, we'd like you to please enjoy this amazing video.
A Touch of Understanding is a nonprofit agency that brings disability awareness programs to schools. Children are often teased or left out because they seem different in some way. A Touch of Understanding addresses this issue by allowing children to explore what it might be like to have a disability so they can understand and befriend their classmates. We bring wheelchairs for students to understand their value and experience how it feels to use one. We teach students how to write their names in Braille, demonstrating the way many people who are blind read and write. Children participate in activities to understand invisible disabilities, such as autism and learning disabilities. You can prevent the unnecessary exclusion, isolation, and bullying that happens to children with disabilities and those who seem different for any reason. Please visit our website and donate today at touchofunderstanding.org and help make more children feel accepted, included, and safe at school.
Wow. Wow.
Doesn't it just touch your heart? It's just truly amazing.
You know, it's amazing. And I had a chance to actually go volunteer
That's
and
what you
see
said,
some of
yeah.
these workshops. And you start to see it there in the video, and you're like, wow. I mean, the students, it's so amazing how it works. It's about a 3-hour workshop, and volunteers go into the different schools. An average class size is about 40 students. They usually do 2 workshops a day, so they impact about 80 students. And the cool part is when I went into and saw this, the students, they all come in first to a assembly, and then they start to see different pockets. So they go to different stations.
Right.
So they go to a Braille station, and they go to an autistic station, and they go to a lot of different types of stations. One station we went to was wheelchairs. Oh my gosh.
Kids loved it.
Yeah, I was like a big kid. I was just like racing with the
Pushing
kids
these
in the
around.
cart.
Yeah.
And you really get an opportunity to start to understand.
Yeah.
And A Touch of Understanding, it's about understanding. And the volunteers are just phenomenal, because after that, they start to see, the students start to hear from the volunteers, and they start to share personal stories. You know, a personal story I just heard was about a girl, it's called the tetherball story. And I was just talking to Roxanne Snyder. She's 6 feet away on the other side of the wall right now. But she shared me a story about a girl that was in crutches, and she had braces around her legs. And all of a sudden, they just got out of the A Touch of Understanding workshop, and she went out to recess with their other friends. And all of a sudden, she felt empowered and excited that she wanted to be a part and included, because there was this safe environment
Yeah,
for all of
I
the
love
kids to
that.
be a part of. And so she wanted to play tetherball. And one of the other boys said, yeah, come here. And I don't know what her name was, but come here, let's play. And the power of this was what happened next. The boy said, we want to play tetherball together. She's in crutches with braces on her legs. And the boy immediately, a 5th grader, without anybody saying this, gets on his knees. Probably lost me in the shot now. But he gets on his knees and he plays tetherball with her at her level, so that everybody felt included.
Oh my gosh. You know, as a mom, that is just music to my ears, because as a parent, you just want your kid to be included. You just want them to feel good. And I can't imagine what a lot of parents are going through, to have their kids go through a school and be bullied, to be not accepted. And you know, a lot of that is because kids just don't know what to do. They don't understand. They don't know how to approach that. And this just breaks down all the barriers. Kids feel like they've got some direction now. They know how to handle it. And that's got to be the best feeling in the world for parents on both sides of this, right?
Yeah, that sense of connection. That feel like I belong here.
That's what we all want.
Right,
Yeah.
that I'm not feeling alone. Exactly. And we have an amazing speaker to share with you. Before we get into the Fund in Need, we want to make sure that you go into the link on the very top of the ATOU website, of the bidding link that you're in Greater Giving. We want you to go to the Fund in Need now, before Amy, our volunteer, shares with you a little bit about her story and why ATOU has made such an impact in her life. Please enjoy.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for participating in ATOU's virtual event this evening. A touch of understanding has probably been one of the most therapeutic things that has ever happened to me. I have reframed my interactions with others, now coming from a greater place of confidence. I've developed this greater sense of confidence by going out and speaking to others about how I've overcome so many challenges and accomplished so much more, despite my disabilities. Though my team and I have spoken in front of many, many students, if I have changed the attitude of one student or maybe two, I know that I have done my job. Thank you again for coming, and I look forward to the time where we're all together again.
Thank you, Amy. And if everybody wants to do me a favor now, if you want to just show Amy some love in the chat bar, thank you so much for sharing that impact that ATOU has had on your life. And that's what we're fundraising for tonight, folks, is the impact that A Touch of Understanding is making on so many different children and in the schools. Now, the impact is absolutely huge. And what I would like to share with you is a quick story. I heard a phrase one time from a mentor, and he said, "It's hard to hate someone whose story you know." It's hard to hate someone whose story you know. And that's really what we go into tonight about what we're fundraising for, is understanding. And the interesting part is, I was talking with Roxanne earlier, and she shared, you know, A Touch of Understanding is not just for all the children with disabilities. It's even more so for the children without. Because then these children now start to understand what their peers are challenged with. When they put on the headphones, and then they hear different sounds, and then they share with you about what it's like to have autism. Or when they put braces around their legs and they start to understand, oh, I can't run as fast if I have a brace on, and maybe I was calling somebody names or calling them slow. And what it has to do now is this understanding. Because if I know a little bit about you, and you know a little bit about me, we can work together and be better together and work together. And so tonight, that's what we're fundraising for. Now, I want to share with you very briefly about, before we get into our Fund a Need, what this actually can do. Now, we're going to start this year's Fund a Need off at a high level. The high level will start out as $10,000. You'll notice the buttons there on your screen. What I'd encourage you to do is go to the Fund a Need section. You go to the ATOU website, click Donate to Fund a Need. Click there now if you're not. You'll see the different options to the left hand of the screen. We already have over $2,200 fundraised. And what I'd encourage you to think about is what your dollar can do. So what I'm going to ask is if there's anybody that would like to start us off at $10,000. Now, $10,000, I want to share with you what that could fundraise for. It costs about $1,200 per workshop. Each workshop is about 40 students. Now, start to understand some math. $1,200, 40 students, but it usually takes about 2 workshops to be able to impact the entire grade level. There's usually about 70 to 80 students in each grade level. And so to fund an entire grade level, it would be $2,500. So if we had somebody at $10,000, that could fundraise for 4 schools to be able to have workshops for their entire grade level at the school. So I'm wondering if there's anybody that would like to start us off at $10,000, could make a huge, huge difference here. That could impact 16, that could impact almost 100 students, and we start to do the math. So it would be $1,200 for a workshop. $10,000 can fundraise for 4 schools to be able to have ATOU workshops where students can understand about feeling more included and connected and belonged. I just got word. Once I've got an update. If you need to refresh, update. Yes. Marlena Sprague, I see you. Thank you very much. Folks, a huge round of applause in the chat bar for Marlena. Thank you, Marlena Sprague. Thank you. Folks, we're at 12,785. I'm wondering if there's anybody else. There's a delay now. Now I'm about 30 or 40 seconds behind, so you let me know if you want to come in. But I'm wondering if there's anybody else on the line now. We're working together. This is huge. We're coming together. If there's anybody else that would like to give $10,000. If you do, I'd encourage you to give it now. We can make a huge difference. Now, the challenge that we're faced with in this COVID reality is we're not sure about schools for next fall. And so right now, ATOU is working on potentially putting together some virtual packages to be able to continue the impact in these schools. So I'm not sure if there's one more person at 10, but I want to share you with what $5,000 could fundraise. $5,000, if we had one person, that could fundraise for 2 schools for 2 grade levels. Now, if we had 2 at $5,000, that could be for 4 schools with 4 different grade levels. So $5,000 could fundraise for 2 schools at 2 different grade levels to be able to have the ATOU workshop and make a huge impact. Now, if you need to refresh, we'll keep refreshing here. I need to refresh on my screen. Now we're working together. Thank you very much, folks. And if you want to give, so at $5,000, that can make a huge deal. Folks, we're already at $12,785. It might be already more on your end, but I'm kind of seeing a delay here. Folks, we're making a big, big difference together here. So I'm wondering if there's anybody at $5,000 that could fundraise for an entire 2 schools, 2 different grade levels, cost about $25. Yes, yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Kelly is in the background behind the camera letting me know that we got one. Thank you. Kathleen. Oh my gosh. I need to update my screen here. I'm updating it now. And yes, I see. Oh, here we go. Kathleen Peak. Thank you very much. Folks, a huge round of applause in the chat bar for Kathleen Peak. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I know there's a delay, and I know we're working together here. And that's why we're here tonight, folks. We care about a touch of understanding. We want to make a big difference. It's challenging right now in this current environment that we have, but I'm wondering if there's anybody else that would like to come at $5,000. Kelly will let me know for the delay. Folks, I want to ask for the next level. The next level is $2,500. Now, $2,500 fundraises for one workshop at an entire school, impacts about 80 students. So you'd have a workshop and another workshop. That'd be 2 workshops at 1 grade level. So $2,500 can fundraise for a grade level of students. I'm wondering if there's anybody that would like to start us off at $2,500. If you do, we'll give you a huge, huge virtual round of applause. I'm wondering if there's anybody there. Yes, I'm seeing the chat bar now. Thanks, Katie. Thank you so very much for your support. Thank you so much, Marge. I see you. Thank you. Leslie, thank you, everyone. John Adams, yay. Marlena and Kathy, thank you so much. Yeah, 2,500? George, thank you very much, George. We appreciate it, George. There's a delay on my end. I'm doing the best I can, but George, thank you. We've got 25. Let me update my computer here. We're at 20,000, folks. A huge round of applause. Thank you, George Erant. Thank you very much, George. We appreciate it. A big round of applause for George in the YouTube chat bar. Thank you so much. Folks, we're over $20,000 in just the fund to need. We haven't even got to the live auction. Is there anybody else at $2,500? If you're thinking that's your stretch, if you want to go at 25 can fundraise for an entire grade level at a school. Folks, is there anybody else at $2,500? If we had one more, that would be for 4 schools, for 4 different workshops. I'm wondering if there's anybody else at $2,500 could make a huge impact now. Now, there might be a delay, so I'm not sure, but I'm going to keep moving on. Feel free to give at any point tonight if you'd like. Thank you so much, folks. We see a bunch coming in here. Margaret and Amy. Amy Triplett, thank you. With the Roseville Chamber, thank you. Patricia Rosenbaum, thank you. Marlena Sprague, I see you. Thank you very much. And her husband, John, thank you. Been supporters for a very long time. Thank you, Marlena and John. And Jeffrey DeBoer, thank you. And Sue Ellen Stavron. I heard that Sue Ellen, you are cousins with Leslie, our founder. Thank you very much, Sue Ellen. Thank you for your generous gift. Jill Christine Mason, thank you very much, Jill. Folks, now we're at 2,500. If there's anybody else, we can make a big difference together here, a huge difference for the virtual programs that we can create, and maybe we can get back into schools and make a huge difference for disability awareness education. All right, folks, we're going to move on. If you want to give at any level, feel free. We can make a big difference. At $1,000, folks, $1,000 can fundraise for an entire classroom, an entire workshop. I'm wondering if there's anybody that would like to give it $1,000, folks. Yes, yes, Kelly's giving me the thumbs up. Let me up. Who is it?
Kim.
Kim. Thank you, Kim. Oh my gosh. I'm updating here. Yes, I see it. Kim Nash. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much, Kim. Folks, we're at $21,000, $585, and you might be on a delay. I'm not sure. We're still working on the delay. There's like a 30-second delay. So you might be at $50,000. I don't know if somebody wants to give. Folks, thank you so much. Folks, we're at $1,000. That fundraises for an entire classroom here. An entire classroom at $1,000. If we had 2 of these, that could fundraise for an entire grade level. I'm wondering if there's anybody else that would like to give $1,000. That could be in another entire grade level of workshops together. I'm looking for $1,000. Folks, I see you in the chat bar. Yes. Thanks, Kim. George, you do so much as a volunteer, and now we're up to $20,000 with your help. Thank you very much, Bob Schultz, for giving some love to George. Thank you. And Terry Holster, great event, ATOU. We love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Megan, we see you in the chat bar. Folks, at 500, if you want to give it 500, that can make a huge difference. If we had 5 people give it 500, we can come together here and make a huge difference. That would fundraise for an entire classroom at $500. I know we already had somebody come in, and I missed them earlier, but it's there. Thank you very much for your gift. Is there anybody else at 500 that wants to make a huge gift now? If we had 5, that could be an entire classroom, an entire school. If we had 2, that could be an entire classroom of workshops, folks. I'm wondering if there's anybody that would like to come in at 500. I know we already had 1 or 2. Yeah, Sue Ellen, I see you again. Thank you very much, Sue Ellen. Folks, and if you want to give multiple times at a different level, feel free. We're making it. Yes, yes, yes! Peggy. Who?
Peggy.
Peggy! Thank you very much, Peggy. Thank you, Peggy. I need to update again, but I'm just going to keep going. Peggy, thank you. Thank you so very much, Peggy. We really appreciate it. Folks, yes, Peggy Kane. Thank you very much, Peggy. Thank you. Folks, we know it's virtual. We know you're at home. We know there's a delay. We're working together here to make a huge difference, folks. We're at over $22,000 just in the fund in need, and we're just doing this. We're virtual. We're not in a place right now where we can all be together, but we're doing the best we can to help out A Touch of Understanding in a big way. I'm wondering if there's anybody else that would like to give $500. We can come together and make a huge, huge difference. Peggy, thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Sean Patrick Murphy, I see you at $50. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Margaret, yes, they're letting me know there's a bunch going on your end, but there's a delay. Thank you for everybody. Yes!
Stop everything. We got $1,000 from Kim Silvers.
$1,000 from Kim Silvers! Thank you very much, Kim. Folks, if we want to go back up, we're at 500, but if we want to go to 1,000, we could go back up. We could go to 2,500. You could give it any time you want, folks. Let's go crazy. Let's go bonkers. All of them. Let's go. Here we go, folks. Anybody else at 500? Kim Silvers, thank you very much for your gift. They're letting me know on the delay. At $500, folks. Now $250. If we had $250, we can make a huge, huge difference together here, folks. $250. If we had 4 of these, that could be an entire classroom. If we had 10, that could be an entire grade level. At $250, if you're thinking that's your gift, yes! I see you. Thank you very much. At $250. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Folks, this is huge. If there's anybody else that wants to come in at $250, we're making a big difference, folks. At $250. Yes! We did it! We got more, folks, at $250. If you're thinking that's your level, we can come together here, folks. If we get 5 all together, yes! We got more, folks. Kelly's giving me the thumbs up. I'm losing track of time. Kelly, just giving me a thumbs up and we keep going. Who do we have, Kelly?
We have Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy, thank you.
We have Jay Resendez.
Jay Resendez, thank you.
And then we went backwards, $500 by Christine Mesnako.
500, Christine Maseko. Thank you, Christine. Folks, we could go up, we could go down, we could go all around. Folks, we're making a huge difference here. Oh my gosh, we've got more. All right, at 250, let me know. Thank you very much. All right, whew. I gotta get some water and refresh here. All right, folks, we're at $26,000. We're almost at 30. There's another one, $2,500 from John Kennedy. Thank you very much, John. Folks, we're almost at $27,000. This is huge. This is a lot of money, folks. I'm wondering if there's anybody else likes to come together and make a huge, huge difference. Here we go. Our last level is $100. If every single person on the call gave $100, even if you've already given, if everybody gave $100, that would be together. This is about how can we work together here. That would be over $10,000. Folks, if we all come together, I'm going to start it off at $100. Here we go, folks. If we can get everybody together here we go. At $100, we'll go crazy. Yes! Thank you very much. Folks, we got $100. I see you on the screen. Yes, at $100. Anybody else that wants to come in at 100? Folks, we're making a huge difference. Kelly, give me the thumbs up if you let me know. Folks, yes! We got more. Folks, let me know at $100 we can make a huge, huge difference together, folks. I see you in the chat bar. John Kennedy, once a board member, always a board member. Thank you very much, John. Yes, Rachel Zillner. Thank you very much, Rachel. Huge community advocate. Yes, yes. Kelly, we got more. 2 more, 3 more, 4. Yes, 5, 6. How many? 4. She's going all over the place. She's going bonkers behind the camera. Folks, we're making a big difference. I can't see if you're giving here. I'm losing track, but we're letting me know. Anybody else at $100, folks? Let's see if we can all come together and break 30,000. Here we go, folks. Anybody else in the room at $100? Here's the last level, folks. The last level, which is unbelievable, is the custom amount. In the custom amount now, under the numbers, you can put any number that you want. Your favorite number, your birthday. My birthday is 720. If you want to go at that, it's 720. If you can give it any dollar amount that you'd like, folks, in the custom amount, we can all come together here. If it's $5, we can all make a big difference. If it's 50, if it's 500, if it's 50,000, folks, we can make a huge, huge difference together. In the custom amount, you can write any dollar amount that you'd like. Here we go. All right, I'm going to refresh here. And folks, we're at $27,335. Megan Adamski, our executive director. Roxanne Snyder, folks, our staff at $100, folks. A huge round of applause. Folks, that's what this is all about, is everybody coming together. We all care in a big, big way at $100. Yes, Catherine Matthews, thank you. And Sonia Atchison, thank you very much, folks. At $100, we've got more coming in, folks. We've got more. Thank you, folks. This is a fund in need, a virtual fund in need. How are we doing, Kelly?
We just got Sonia to give another 200.
Sonia Atchison. Oh my gosh, another 200. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Folks, there's a delay, and I got to keep refreshing, so I'm not sure where we are, but thank you. Folks, the custom amount, you can give it any dollar amount that you'd like. We've got 4 live auction items coming up in just a second, but you can continue to give at any dollar amount that you'd like. We want to thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Wow. Wow. Leslie Dodora, our founder. Now we all know what it feels like to be isolated. Many of our precious children feel isolated every day at school because they are perceived as different. You are helping them be included. Folks, that's what we're fundraising for tonight, is to help all of our students feel included. The worst thing that we would ever want to happen is that a student goes home and cries at home saying, I don't have any friends. Or the worst thing, it might be feeling alone or people not feeling connected. Folks, at any dollar amount that you'd like, if you'd like to go up all around, you can make a huge, huge difference together here, folks, at any level that you'd like. Kelly's let me know, folks. Tonight is about how do we not, like Leslie said, how do we not have them feel isolated, but how we can all feel connected. It's about how we're better together, coming together to make a huge difference. At home right now, you're making a huge difference. So folks, I'm gonna give you any dollar amount. I gotta refresh here. We're gonna refresh real quick. All right, folks, we're at $28,000. Oh my gosh, folks, a huge round of applause. $28,114 at any dollar amount that you like. Susan Lewis, thank you. Roxanne Snyder at $210, thank you very much. Parley Gagnemis, thank you very much. Miss Debbie Roth-Bush, thank you. Sonia Atchison, again, thank you very much, folks. We're making a huge difference. Folks, you can keep giving. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So exciting to see everyone's generosity. Krish Smazinko, thank you very much, folks. If I'm not saying your name right, you can keep giving, and I'll keep trying to say it right, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Folks, we're going to move on. Susan Lewis, thank you. We're going to move on to the live auction, and you can continue to give here. You can continue to give in the fund in need. We're going to move on to live auction. So what we're going to need to do now is press the back button. Press the back button in your mobile giving software. Then scroll down to the 4 live auction items. They're on the top of the page. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yes, Kelly's bringing me.
I have to help you. You're like just sweating. Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm a little worried. I don't want you to pass out.
No.
I don't know how to do the fund in need.
No.
I mean, you're the expert.
No, thank you.
Okay.
We're good. Folks, we're going to do the live auction here, so we want to make sure you're ready and set. We're going to start with the first live auction item, which is going to be our amazing, I believe, the chef dinner.
The chef dinner.
The chef, now the wine tasting experience. Kelly's going to tell you all about it. I'm going to go wipe my head off real quick. Continue to give in the fund in need, folks. Let's get ready. Live auction item number 1. Kelly, take it away.
Okay, so here we got the in-home chef dinner for 6. This is by Chef Stephanie Hibbert. This has appetizers. It's got a 3-course meal. And yeah, he was talking about the wine because Leslie Allen is a wine ambassador for Boisset. I looked them up today. They're just an incredible winery in France, and they just look amazing. So she's going to actually bring her expertise to your home, give your guests a once-in-a-lifetime private wine tasting experience. And then Sherry McMillan is going to create beautiful floral centerpiece. So you've got all the different angles covered. You can have a wonderful party in your home, and it's going to be awesome. This is our first item auction, a home chef dinner for 6.
Kelly, I'm behind the camera. I don't know if they can hear me, but I'm wiping my head off.
He's just sweating up a storm. Do you want me to move on to the second one?
No. Folks, our live auction, we're currently at $800. I see you here. Folks, this is an unbelievable chef dinner. This is another thing, folks. We're only going to be on each live auction item for about 60 seconds. So if you get outbid and you want to get this, you want to bid right away. Now, a lot of times when we're in a live setting, people want to wait till the very end to raise their paddle. That's not good in this situation because you might get missed because of the delay with me on the YouTube. Also, I might not see it, and I'm going to do a countdown. So, folks, here we go. We've got our current high bidder. I'm going to refresh again. Our current high bidder here we go. I've got $800 with Susan Whitefield. Susan and Monty Whitefield, thank you. Huge supporters. Been huge supporters. Patricia Rosenbaum, you've been outbid at $700. Karen Zimmerman, you've been outbid at $600. Kim Nash, thank you so very much for starting us off. You've been outbid at $500. Folks, Susan Whitefield is what I currently see. Kelly, can you go let me know if we have some bidders coming in?
Let's see.
Folks, what are we currently at?
800.
We're currently at 800, folks. We can do this. If there's anybody else wants to come together, Chef Stephanie is absolutely phenomenal. I've seen her work. She's phenomenal. She does really, really good work, folks. And oh my gosh, private wine tasting experience by a wine ambassador in your home. Leslie will do a phenomenal job. Folks, here we go. I'm currently at 800. They're going to let me know. Folks, we're going to close the bidding here. Get ready. If you want to get this item, get ready because I'm going to close it in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're closed.
In the nick of time.
In the nick of time, I heard somebody came in.
$900.
Folks, we're closed.
Whoa.
We're closed. All right. And Kelly, thank you so very much. Why don't you tell us about our second live auction item? And then in just a second, folks, when I come back to sell our second live auction item, I'm going to let you know who the winner was of that live auction item because Megan, our executive director, is going to text me and let me know because we're virtual.
Isn't this funny that it's virtual? We're so used to working the room and the paddles, and it gets pretty aggressive, right? I mean, people start to outbid each other, but you're using the chat box there. They're loving it, and they're just so supportive. Look at all this money that we're raising tonight. Thank you guys so much. All right, let's go to item number 2. And this sounds incredible. This is a vacation, 6 nights and 7 days in beautiful San Juan Islands in Washington. Boy, we could all use a vacation right now, right? After being cooped up for so long. Well, this 2-bedroom cabin is just stunning. It sits on the island shoreline, surrounded by nature, and the area provides plenty of entertainment from dining at excellent restaurants. You can explore galleries. You can do whale watching. They even have a local alpaca farm. How fun is that? Fishing, kayaking, biking, you name it. And this is between July and September of next year. So there's plenty of time to get in on this, Freddie.
Folks, can we get another huge round of applause for Kelly in the chat bar? Kelly,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Her
Take it
experience on the camera, just phenomenal. I'm like taking notes over there. Folks, I am excited to let you know that our winner from live auction night number 1 with Chef Stephanie, with the wine tasting with Leslie, and a beautiful floral arrangement, the winner was Jeff DeBoer at $1,100. Thank you very much, Jeff. That's $1,100. Thank you. Folks, we're virtual and we're selling live auction items for more virtually than ever. Folks, $1,100. Jeff, a huge round of applause for Jeff in the YouTube chat bar. All right, folks, our next live auction item, San Juan Islands. Folks, this is unbelievable. Here we go. We currently, I'm going to upload and refresh here, the San Juan Islands. Folks, we're currently at $1,100, folks. Packages like this usually go for a lot of money, folks. Here we go. I can't quite see if somebody's coming in, so Kelly and Anthony are going to let me know if we have a bid. I currently see here, I see Susan Lewis at $1,100. Rachel Zellner, you've been outbid at $1,000. I love you, Rachel. Susan Lewis, they're going back and forth. Susan Lewis, Rachel Zillner, Susan Lewis, Rachel Zillner, Susan Whitefield, Susan loses. All the Susans, everybody that's a Susan, come on in, folks. What are we currently at now? What's our bid?
1,100.
We're at 1,100. Here we go. I've got Susan Lewis. I've got Jeannie Colhane. Thank you very much for starting us off, folks. We've got 1,100 here. We're going to sell it in 10, 9. Get ready, folks. 8. We're going to sell it, folks. This is a steal. San Juan Islands. Unbelievable, folks. It's all going back to a touch of understanding. We're making a huge difference. Folks, what you've done right here, just at the level right now, is for an entire classroom, folks. If we can double it, we can do an entire grade level. Here we go, folks. This is going to fundraise an entire grade level. Let's double it up. Here we go. In 7 seconds. Here we go. We're currently fundraising for an entire classroom right here. How about 7 seconds? Now 6. Now 5, now 4, I'm counting down super slow. Now 3, very, very slow, folks, the San Juan Islands. We've got bids coming in. Yes, where's our current bid at?
1,200.
1,200, with who? We've got 1,200.
Oh, 1,300.
1,300. They're going to get outbid, folks. It's flying high. It's crazy. Cabo, San Juan Islands. Folks, we're at 13. Susan Lewis wants it real bad. Susan, I see you, Susan. She wants it bad. Jay Resendez has come in, folks. Susan Lewis is right here at 13. This is wild. We're virtual. We're live auction item, folks. I've got Susan Lewis at 13. Here we go. We're going to sell it in 2. We're going to sell it in 1.5. We're going to sell it in 1. We're going to sell it in 1/2. And it is now closed.
Oh,
now closed.
Great. I love it. Susan was in for the kill. I mean, she was like back and forth. I could just see Susan. If we were all in a room together tonight, she would be going back and forth. But here we are. You're in the comfort of your living room, and we're right here in the studio. Congratulations. We're going to announce the winner in just a sec. All right, let's get to the third live auction item. And this is 6 cases of local wine. So under quarantine, that'll last, 2 weeks, right? Okay, so you also, just kidding, not really. Your custom handcrafted wine rack made locally by Ever Custom Designs. And this is just incredible. I mean, this is not your typical wine rack. This is gonna hold 12 bottles, but it's custom with beautiful maple solid wood. And it is, again, it is handmade, 38 inches tall, 29 3/4 inches deep, and 29 3/4 inches wide. So that kind of gives you the size of that. Fill your wine rack with some of my favorites, Bogle, Madrona, Boger, and more Boger, and La Casque Vineyard. So here we go, Freddie.
Folks,
let's do it.
This is wild. Folks, I have to let you know, this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Megan Adamski just texted me and let me know who won our San Juan Islands. Folks, we just virtually, in a live auction, sold the San Juan Islands for $1,900 to Jay Resendez. Folks, Jay Resendez, a huge round of applause in the chat bar. Let's give Jay some love. Thank you very much, folks. Here we go. We're currently bidding on a lot of wine, 6 cases of wine, and a custom-made wine rack for you. Here we go. Wow, we're bidding up, folks. I got to refresh here. Oh my gosh, I've got 6 cases of wine. Here it is. 6 cases. 6 cases of wine. Here we go, folks. I've got Kim Nash at 600. Here we go. We're going to sell this one fast, folks. We've got 600 with Kim Nash. I'm looking for 700. Here we go. Yes, here we go, folks. Here we go. I'm going to count it down. 30 seconds, folks. Remember, $1,000 fundraises for an entire classroom. Yeah, we're bidding, folks. Here we go. We've got another one at 700. I've got 7 here. I'm looking for 8. I'm looking for 800. I've got 8 here now, so I'm looking for 800. I got 7 here now, 8. Looks like we're live at home. I've got 7 here on this couch. I'm looking for 8 on that couch. I'm looking for 8 over on this couch. I'm looking for 8. I'm looking for 8. I'm looking for 8. I'm looking for 800. 800 on this couch. Kelly, here we go. I'm going to sell it here in 30 seconds. Now 29. Now 28. I'm going to skip a few. Now 20 seconds. Here we go. And I got 7 here. Now 7, 7, 7, 7. Looking for 800. Looking for 800. Looking for 800. I got 7 here. Now 8. Now 8. Now 8. Looking for 800. I'm looking for $800. Folks, we're going to sell it here. Let's have some fun. I'm going to sell it in 10. Here it is. The final. Yes! In 9. We're at 800. In 7. Here we go. In 6. In 5. In 4. In 3. Folks, we're fundraising here. We're fundraising to make a big difference for A Touch of Understanding for all of the workshops, folks. $1,000 fundraises for an entire classroom. $2,500 could be an entire workshop for an entire grade level. Here we go, folks. You can have wine forever. 6 cases of wine. Well, Kelly's giving me one of these. Maybe not forever. Maybe for a couple weeks. Folks, thank you so much for all your bidding. We're having a good time. We're going to sell it in 3. We're going to sell it in 2. Here we go. Get ready. We're going to sell it in 1. It is now closed. The bidding is now closed. Woo!
Someone's going happy tonight.
Wow. Somebody just got a lot of wine.
Call me. Okay. All right. The last one. And I love, this is so romantic. I love when auctions do this because it's something to look forward to all year long. This is date nights for a year. And again, how great is it going to feel to have the restaurants back open again and all the places that we can see? We've missed this so much. To connect with your honey, to connect with your best friend. What a great idea this is. You can go to Sienna's, Crocker Art Museum, the Chef's Table, IMAX, Topgolf, Yard House, Cheesecake Factory, Laughs Unlimited, BJ's Lazy Dog, and get this, 4 one-way tickets on Southwest Airlines. And they've got some screaming deals right now. Let me tell you, I've been looking, wait for my next vacation coming up. So this is item number 4. Let's open the bidding, but first, Freddie's got the winner of all that wine. Who is it?
Folks, we just sold a ton of wine for a lot of money. Folks, all of the wine, 6 cases, custom wine rack. Let's show some love in the chat bar for Sherry Hughes. $800. Thank you very much, Sherry. Woo, woo! Sherry Hughes, thank you very much, folks. A huge round of applause. I see you. Yes, Jay, Crazy Town. So fun. Hey, guys, look forward to the event recap. This is crazy. Awesome. Having a good time. I see you. I think Freddie needs more paper towels.
Here we go. Here we go. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Folks, we've got all kinds. Well, we don't have to. All right. Here we go, folks. Last live auction item. Here it is. The last one. This is the final opportunity tonight in our virtual fundraiser right here, right now to be able to give. Here it is. Our last live auction item of this evening. Our last one. Here we go. We can make a huge, huge difference together. Where's our bidding currently at? Our bidding is currently
1,000.
At $1,000, folks. Here we go. I've got 1,000 here. Date nights for a year. I see Kim Nash. Kim, you've been a huge supporter all night long. Thank you very much, Kim. And John Kennedy, board member, former board member, thanks. Kim Nash and John Kennedy going back and forth here. Rachel Zillner, I see you, Rachel. Thank you. Kim Nash, John, here we go. John, here we go. I had you at 9, but Kim outbid you at 1,000. John Kennedy, would you go 1,100? I'm looking for 1,100, John. I'm looking for 11, John. I'm looking for 1,100. How about 11? I've got 1,000. Yahoo! We've got Kim Silvers at how much?
1100.
I got Kim Silvers at 11. How about Kim Nash? We'll go Kim's back and forth. Kim Silvers at 11. Kim Nash, we're back at 12. I'm looking for 1200 Kim. I'm looking for 12 Kim. Here we go, Kim. John. Yes! Was it from Kim?
John.
John's coming back in, folks. John's in. Thank you very much, John. John's at 12. I have John at 12. John's at 12. Now, Kim, I'm back to you at 13. Kim Nash, Kim Silvers. Yes, we got 13. Now, 14, John. Back to you, John. 14, John. I'm looking for you, John. Here we go. 14, John Kennedy, former board member. John, here we go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm looking for dates for a year. All the way. This is the last chance to get back to ATOU. I've got 13, now 14. I'm looking for 1,400. 14. Last call. Gonna sell it in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I need to get some water. Woo, woo. Yes! We got another one.
John's back.
John's back. Thank you very much, John. We appreciate you, John. Thank you. All right, Kim Nash. We're back to you, Kim. We're having fun. Kim Nash. Here we go, Kim. Kim, I'm looking for you, Kim. Kim Silvers. Kim Silvers. Here we go. Gonna sell it in 3.
Woo!
Woo! Who's back? Kim Nash is back. Yes! We got Kim Nash. Now, John, I'm back to you, John. I'm looking for John in the chat bar. I'm looking for John. John, I'm looking for you. I'm looking for John. Congrats, Sherry. Party at your house. I see you, Lynn Adams. I love you. Here we go, folks. John, I'm back to you. I'm looking into selling it in 2. I'm going to sell it in 1. I'm going to sell it pretty soon. Kim Silvers, Kim Nash, John Kennedy, anybody that wants to come in. Going to sell it.
John's back.
John's back! We got John. John's back. Now, Kim, I'm back to you, Kim. I'm going to sell it here real quick. Kim, I'm back to you. This is exciting. Kim, I'm looking for you, Kim. Kim Silvers, Kim Nash, going to sell it. Going to sell it. The item is going to now. Everybody with me in the chat bar. Everybody close. The item is now closed. Thank you very much for all your bidding, folks. Wow.
Can you believe that? That was like being in a real,
It felt real.
like a real fundraising auction. And
Wow.
here we are. Hey, you know what? I got the virtual high five thing. I want to like go like this. Give you all the high fives.
Thank you.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
doing great, folks.
Thank
You're
you
making it
so
happen tonight.
much.
Thank you. Wow.
So I love
That
this.
felt real.
It was real.
You were going like this.
I
and
know, and we were just.
I was doing this.
I could see them in their living room, like the wife is like, add another 100. We got this. We got this, because she's like, we're going on dates.
What's another 100?
You just throw it in there, John. So we got to find out who the winner is.
We will let you know.
Okay.
In just a second, folks. Before we move on, I want to let you know that the silent auction, as well as the fund in need, will remain open until Sunday night at 8 p.m. So if you want to make sure you still got your silent auction item, it'll remain open in case anybody missed tonight.
Which would be great, because there's a lot of people that can't join, or maybe they thought, I'm going to give another 100. Or maybe something came to them in a dream. Let's just keep giving all through Sunday. It'd be great.
So folks, I'm going to get a text here in just a second from Megan. Yes, I got it. I got the text. Folks, I'm going to let you do the announcements.
Oh, I'm just so happy because John Kennedy is making someone very happy on those date nights. $1,600.
Thank you, John.
Oh my gosh, John, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Let's show some love for John Kennedy in the chat bar. Thank you very much, John. We appreciate you.
And you know what? High five to Kim. I mean, she was
both Kims.
Both Kims.
Kim
coming all different
Silvers,
directions.
Kim Nash.
I mean,
thank you.
Just
Rachel Zillner been bidding all night. Kim Nash, you've been phenomenal. Thank you for bidding so much. Just everybody's been bidding so much tonight. Thank you, folks.
Love it.
Wow. So, real quick, we did a selfie contest.
I heard about this. I want to see it.
I think we should take a selfie on camera.
Do you want to?
Let's take a quick selfie.
You want to do it?
Sure. I'll do it. You do it. You do it. You've got.
I'm probably better at this. Plus, I got one of these things. My daughter says I'm probably too old to have that, but that's okay. Okay, ready? You want to do it this way?
Let's all take a selfie at home.
Ready?
Here we go. On
Here
3.
we go. Woo! ATOU. All right.
Folks, we had a selfie contest this week, and it is a true pleasure. What we did is we put out there on Monday that whoever did the best selfie for ATOU to get ready for tonight's virtual, we've given them a huge prize. Folks, it's my pleasure to announce that the winner of the selfie contest goes to the Salzburg family.
Nice.
Nicole, Michael, Ethan, congratulations.
Love
We're going to
that.
send you a generous gift. We appreciate you.
We do. And you know, once again, we just want to thank our sponsors. We have got to tell you again, time and time again, and a lot of these sponsors come back year after year to give. So let's show our love again for Steve Sanders from Independent Financial Group. Steve, we love you. Pride Industries, we love you. First Northern Bank, Placer County, Tri-Counties Bank, and all of our sponsors. You're the best.
Thank you.
Absolute best.
Folks, thank you very much. Kim Silver, she just put in the chat bar, John Kennedy, you da bomb.
I think you should take her on maybe like just a fun, friendly one, just to play golf or something.
Folks,
you know, that's great.
Thank you so much. This has been so much fun. Folks, this is all going back to a touch of understanding tonight to make a big difference for impact for people like Amanda, for folks like Kathleen. Folks, we made a huge difference tonight, and that's because of you. You tuned in. We're virtual right now. We get it. It's challenging for all of us, but you spent the time to be on with us, and we really appreciate it.
We really do. What a difference it makes to keep giving back to these organizations that need so much help. And so the fact that Freddie, by the way, has been working on putting on this virtual auction for days. I mean, we started talking about this actually probably a month ago. So he's been learning how to do this. This is maybe how auctions will be. We don't know how long we're going to be.
Yeah,
you know?
and I want to give a special shout out. You know, we've all been working hard. There is so many people that make this virtual auction happen. Yeah. We've got Sonia Atchison and Roxanne Snyder who've been giving all night.
Right next door.
They're across the other room.
Giving them a high five across the room.
Air high fives. Thank you so much. Leslie Dodora, thank you very much. And just thank you very much for everybody. I can't believe I've lost voice on a virtual fundraiser.
I love it.
Folks,
I love it.
I've got one final announcement for you to let you know. Oh my gosh. Is our current kind of finalized? Folks, wow. This is unbelievable, folks. Why this is so cool is because we're almost, I don't want to say this on camera because I don't remember the exact number. Megan, she's delayed. 1 second, let me just text her. How much?
Texting, isn't this funny? Would we do this in a real auction? We're out in the thing texting our friends, but this is virtual, right? This is how we're getting our updates.
Folks, we've got a grand total of how much we've been able to fundraise tonight. Folks, and
Megan, we're waiting for you, Megan.
I might just phone a friend. I'm going to call Megan right now on the phone.
Phone a friend?
I'm phoning a friend.
I'm going to call my mom.
Megan.
Mom, can you donate more money to this event? That'd be great. Also call grandma and great grandma and have them donate
calling?
No,
Oh.
but I will tell my mom later since she is till Sunday.
Folks, we have almost outdid last year's fundraiser, and we've still got till Sunday night, folks. We have almost outdid last year's fundraiser, and we're virtual, folks. We have currently done, she's texting me more numbers, folks. We're currently at a hair smidgel under $40,000, folks.
Woo!
A huge round of applause, folks.
That's amazing.
Wow. We are at, she texted me, she's going back and forth. Folks, we're at $39,359, and she's texting me that more are coming in right now. Thank you very much, folks. We did so much virtually tonight. Thank you for staying here with us. Let's all raise a glass. Let's do a toast. We'll do air high fives together. We'll cheers our water. We're going to do it in 3 seconds. Here we go. In 3, in 2, in 1. Woo!
Cheers, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, folks. We appreciate you.
Have a wonderful night, and thank you, A Touch of Understanding, for making such a big difference in our community. Have a great night.
you.